team, but we don't always want to stay. We let a team off the hook, like an LAFC, and now it's tonight. We think we're had some really good stuff going on in the first half, and on top of things in so many ways on the night, but didn't defend the goal as good as we should have. Didn't take care of certain moments, and that's part of learning. I've said we're a young team, so it's gonna be nights like that where some things get away from you, but we'll keep working on some of the same things that show up that might cost us, but that's part of it. So um, I would say we're still a team that is hard to beat. To go down 3-2 to come back. I give the guys credit to push and the way we pushed at the end even to keep going for the win. But yeah, we'll take a point and we'll try to learn from this one.
Braden Nurse with the Denver Post. Kevin up top in a 4-4-2. Georgie up on the left in a 4-3-3 at times. Just take me through those specific looks and what you thought it unlocked for you tonight.
Well, the main thing tactically and structurally is we have the three central midfielders. So Josh Atencio, that addition to our team, it's at the moment instead of an Oliver Larraz, a similar profile, it's in addition to. Then of course you add Cole Bassett, and you can see we can win the midfield. We're pretty hard to get played through. We win the second balls on the night, the interceptions, and the three guys centrally cover lots of ground that we need. And then it puts Georgie hires. Georgie, Ruff, and Kev feels like a narrow 4-3-3. So that's the structure in attack. It's the structure in defense. So plugging up the middle of the field, trying to control those spaces.
Does Kevin up in that more advanced, almost kind of central role kind of open up more looks for Hoffa as well?
Yeah, you can see it. Kevin, when he's on the pitch, and a few years back, you might see him as a winger, a wide guy, and we're using just more central areas and closer to goal. And yeah, when he's out there, it's like we're playing with two strikers, really three with Georgie. You see his three guys, but yeah, he runs deep. You see, he got himself into a lot of 1v1 situations, made some things happen, almost got one on the back post. But yeah, we're trying to always have guys close to Hoffa, so it makes his life easier. He can combine with, and they can connect with him. That's the idea behind that front narrow three.
Hi, Keith Richards, Team MBS Media. For the most part, I mean, even tonight, the defense has played really well. Given a one goal over the first couple matches, but then it gives up three tonight. Which a lot of chaos in two of those goals with saves made and then things happen. Is there anything in particular that concerns you about the 3 goals scored tonight, or is it just something that needs to be tweaked to be tightened back up?
Well, yeah. Look, we talk a lot about box defending and how we defend crosses even. And the tendency when teams get to the end line is that we can continue to drop towards the goal as opposed to get touch tight, find attackers. So you can see on the first one, we probably have a bunch of guys that overrun it, gets cut back. And this is something we work on tirelessly, but it's not easy when it's real time. Um, on one of the goals, I thought we could have fouled a little bit tactically in the middle of the pitch. There was someone that snuck through, and we're right there. It might have been Cole Bassett, but I don't know if he was on a yellow card by that. I'm not so sure, but this is something that we've talked about breaking attacks. We're a very honest team, good counter pressing, good structure, recovery runs. But on one of them, I thought that was a foul, and then one was a scramble, and yeah, you gotta get it out, right? So it's one team's trying to score, one trying to defend, and I think we give up 4 shots on goal in 90 minutes, guys. It's 3 go in, so we have to be better. The minute that the defense or the offense that we start feeling unlucky or just this type of thinking, it's tricky. But the guys know that we can do better in some of those moments. We've been pretty good on the year so far, and we'll keep working at it.
Matt Pollard, Burgundy Wave. Chris, it's been a week for Cheeto. Fantastic performance from him. The crowd responds to him. Your thoughts on his performance given the week he's had, and what was the reason for the substitution in the 64th? Thank you.
Yeah, we thought he had another solid performance. The one recovery run he makes when a guy gets behind him, it's tricky. If he fouls, it could be maybe a red card. but he showed good control, savviness, experience, speed, recovery speed. He's an energetic guy, and I think that's what the fans can see and appreciate. He's proactive and aggressive in his defending, but he's also intelligent to help lead that back line. So, thought it was another solid performance from him, and uh, he had some groin issue pain coming into the game, and when he said that he had that little pain in the game, it was, and he also got hit in the eye, but it was more the groin that we had to be very careful with to not overdo it. Signaled one of these, then it was like one of these, but we knew we got to protect him in that moment.
Couple near misses for Hoffa on Tuesday. Just what does a night like tonight do for him and really the attack as a whole?
Yeah, look, we said the attack's gonna get going. We got it going tonight a bit, not just with goals, but we thought it looked and felt different. More vertical, more tempo, more crosses, lots of flurries of corner kicks, in the game, especially early, in the first half. But guys were fluid. I thought Cole Bassett was buzzing on the ball, and Ali gets an assist, which he's up and around some good spots. But there was a feeling of tempo and verticality that when we play with that type of football, we feel much more like us, and we know we can create chances. So, we challenged our fullbacks to be more proactive tonight. We asked Keegan to get forward even more, scores a goal. Elliot, one of our assistant coaches, sent them some clips of him driving with the ball, scoring a couple of goals, and it's nice to see that translated for him. But this is the type of football we need to play, home and away, and then Rafa will naturally get rewarded, I think.
Coach Ollie was actually credited with 2 assists. So, and a night like tonight where he gets 2 assists, and in 2 seasons where he's asked to be in different types of roles with Atencio coming in, playing with Georgie, playing with Cole, playing with Connor. How do you credit his adaptability to how well this team can perform?
He's just got big mentality, Oliver. He's with our second team in 23. I believe he's a 10 assists as a 10, played more up the pitch. So you could see that in the pockets, the match plan had him up in those pockets in and around Georgie, almost like playing with 2 10s. He was able to, catch balls in the pocket and turn, and then more impressively, he drives at the back line with tempo, and he's a very vertical player. He's got big self-belief. He's a winner. He's a winner. At the time that we were bringing Omir in to replace him, that's when he gets the assist. And it's like, do you leave him in a little longer? But because now you're in it. It's a little risky to go more attacking. We said, let's go with Omir and try to push for the game winner. But Ali, I thought, looked solid for sure up the pitch.
Aramis Loma Guzman, Mountain Time Sports Report. Josh Atencio's played a lot throughout these first 2 games. How important is he for this team down the stretch?
Yeah, with Oliver, with Cole, with Connor, and now you add Josh. His physical profile, his ability to read the game, big frame, good in the air, covers lots of ground. I think he's 23 years old, over 100 MLS appearances. He's for me, even when you talk to him, he's such a presence and man, and he's a fairly young guy, but he's got big personality and character. He's added a lot to our team, so he's going to be it's going to be really important to keep him going. We had to protect him a little tonight. We had to take him off. It was going in. It was like a 60-minute benchmark because of the workloads that he did and the type of running he was doing in preseason with Seattle as center back. Now he's playing all these minutes as a 6. But he's for me, a big breath of fresh air, almost exactly what we needed in the middle of the field to break up plays and he's made all those guys, I think, better. And that's what's really interesting about the 3 that we're playing with.
Chris, I know Pork Smith really liked Anderson Rosa when they got him in the draft, 2 years ago now? I don't know anybody had him, playing in MLS tonight. Your thoughts on what he did in preseason? Obviously, there were some injuries factoring to him being on the bench, but being ready and able and not looking out of place coming in a critical situation.
Yeah, Matt, it's a good question, but we put him through the ringer, man. Preseason with us is tricky. It's intense, physically, mentally. We're putting guys in situations and in spaces about reactions and speed of thought and how quick can guys process things. And he showed big personality and big self belief. He's not a young guy necessarily. I think he's 24 years old. He's a very humble person, prideful. He doesn't want to let his teammates down, and he wants to earn everything that he gets. And this is what I really liked about him. He's not afraid. He earned a lot of respect from his teammates, and he's more of a ball playing left back, attacking left back. But he's also has some nice top speeds, and he's very savvy. And for that, at the moment we get a certain amount of call ups. We say, no, put him out there. If we have a chance to use him, we're going to use him. We're not afraid to use him. So he's earned trust and respect from all of us. And I think he did himself service tonight because he went out there in a tough pressure cooker situation. I thought it looked very comfortable.
We'll take one last one.
Coach, this is Rafa's 5th goal in 3 games against Dallas. The last 2 were brace performances. What is this going to do for his composure in the box and confidence moving forward now that he's gotten 2 already in 1 game at home?
It's what he loves most to do, score goals. Of course, he's a striker that runs for the team and presses and comes back into the game, and he's such an amazing character this way. But the goals is what he loves most. And to be honest with you, we all know in the first few games we haven't gotten many shots on goal. We're not getting a lot in that part of the pitch. There's frustration naturally, and I liked what I saw from our attack tonight, and then that he gets rewarded because it does wonders. Coaches cannot give him. We can have certain conversations and ease the frustrations. It's gonna come, but when it comes, that's great for him, and then great for the team.
We'll pause there and be back with homegrown midfielder Oliver LaRosse. By homegrown midfielder Oliver LaRoz. We'll start off with his general thoughts and open up to questions. Ollie?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a game that we want to win, but we were focusing on the offensive side of things, and I think we showed tonight that this team has that. And in games past, we've showed that we have the defensive side of things. The season's long. This team is a healthy team, and when we put those two things together, I think we're gonna really mature into the team that we want to be. So it's a step in the right direction, even though it's a disappointing night.
Braden Nurse with the Denver Post. What's kind of different about what's being asked of you in the last, really just this season, and tonight? What did it kind of unlock for you on the left?
Yeah, it's a role that I'm familiar with. I've played it in the past, and when we set up the tactics, I just do what the team needs me to do. And tonight, that was a bit more of an offensive, wider role. So I enjoyed it. I think that there was moments where we combined well, the front five. So yeah, I think it was all in all good.
Hi, Keith Richards, Team MBS Media. You mentioned it was a game that the team wanted to win. But even still, 2 years ago, it's probably a match that the team loses. And Chris talks about how it's a team that's hard to beat now, and it's a young team. So how important is it to come back from that 3-2 to get that equalizing goal to keep the attack moving forward in the next few games?
Yeah, we certainly don't want to lose at home, and we didn't lose tonight. So coming back shows mentality, and I think that was a good thing. But at the end of the day, this is a game that we have to win, and if 2 years ago we lost, we're not focused on that. This team that we have now, we want to win these games.
Matt Pollard, Burgundy Wave. Ollie, I would argue 3 really good defensive performances in 3 games and a really good offensive performance tonight. We saw it last year. This was a team that could score a lot, concede a lot. You guys trying to find that balance? How are you finding that balance given, not a lot of goals last week and better on that front, but still trying to find balance between the two?
Yeah, we will find that balance. I have full faith in that. Our defensive core is very good, and our attacking core is also extremely talented, and we've seen that in years past. So I have no doubt that our team will find that balance.
Take me through that assist to Hoffa in the second half, just what you saw from that pass from Georgie and what it kind of took to fit it into that tight spot.
Yeah, Georgie led me well, put me in a good position, made my first touch go to the end line, and Rafa's he's got a lot of ambition and he always wants to make that run. So I knew that he'd make it, and I saw a little gap front post and played it there. I'm happy to see him put 2 away tonight. I think with a striker, the more goals they're scoring, the better they play, and Hoffa is looking good.